Trigger and response. If we shrink down all the crazy things that happen in branding and advertising, this is what happens. A business sets out a trigger to get a positive response from the customers. Triggers that convince the customers to choose them over the competitors. For that to happen, we need to know the people we're targeting. But this isn't an easy task. We need accuracy, because every trigger that doesn't work, or worse, works in opposite direction, is a waste of resources, and we don't want that. One solution is to ask them directly what they like, what they desire to have, but there is another problem. Respondents aren't always forthcoming about their memories, feelings, and preferences, and their perceptions can be influenced by how a question is asked. What comes out of our mouths is not always a perfect rendition of what's going on in our brains. So what we like and desire actually happens in our brains, and what we say and how we behave can be an altered version of it? Of course. It's what Nobel laureate Francis Crick called the astonishing hypothesis, the idea that all human feelings, thoughts, and actions, even consciousness itself, are just the products of neural activity in the brain. So, for better results, with accurate triggers, we need to study the brain itself. But how? This is the list of the tools that are being used to read customers' brains. In general, there are two types: the measurement of the physiological signs and the neural signals. Tools for measuring the physiological proxies for brain activity tend to be more affordable and easier to use. There is eye tracking that can measure attention via the eye's fixation points and arousal by pupil dilation, facial expression coding that can measure emotional responses by reading the minute movement of muscles in the face, and heart rate, respiration rate, and skin conductivity to measure arousal. The measurement of the neural signals happens with tools like fMRI and EEG that offer more accuracy and reliability, but at a premium cost. Now that we know neuromarketing is a power source, what should we use it for? The applications can be limitless, but some common use cases of neuromarketing data are the use of eye tracking to follow customers' attention and see what they're focusing on when watching an ad, for example, using facial coding to help ensure that marketing material is triggering the emotional response it was designed to elicit, prototype testing to measure brain activity in response to different design features to explore which kind of stimulation is most likely to result in buying, and the use of neuroimaging to observe the impact of the product packaging and redesigning it based on the brain data. Today, innovative startups race to make brain imaging nimble and cost-effective. Yet, this quest is not without ethical dilemmas, as marketers aren't only concerned with simply measuring consumer preferences, but they aim to shape them as well. And we've only just begun to scratch the surface of comprehending the minds of consumers.